Hello, this is Perry Pencil, and today I'm going to teach you how to draw Supergirl from the CW series. Now, I always start by dividing the page in half, and just to let you know, this is not a portrait version of the CW Supergirl character. This is just a tutorial based on a fundamental foundation of how to draw her. Also, please give me 50 likes and 30 comments for these how to draw videos. Now, let's start off very simplistically or very simply putting an oval shape in for her head. I'm gonna switch this pencil out, it's a bit rough. I'm gonna go to my mechanical pencil. All right, now once you've put the oval shape in for her head, we're gonna move on down. And as I always do, put an oval shape in for her neck, the length of her neck. And go ahead and put 2 lines in for her neck. After that, I want to put a oval shape that's a little bigger than the one that's on for her neck because of what she's wearing. Now, after that, we're going to go ahead and put her torso in. And I usually do 2 head measurements, but for females, their bodies are a bit smaller. So if you do 2 heads measurement, it's going to make her look very, very odd. So what we're going to do is just put a fair size circle here and then divide that in half with a line where her chest area is going to be. And then this is going for her waist. What we'll do is after we've done this, we can come on down and put in a waistline for her, just like this. You can stop it there. This is going to be where her hips are. So you can draw a circle or, I'm sorry, an oval shape there. And then have her hips go off the page. This is a waist high drawing. So nothing past the waist is going to be significant. Everything else is going to go off the page there. Immediately after that, put a line straight across for her shoulder blades. You want to put circles in for her shoulders. Then what we're going to do is going to have what I call cylinder shapes for her, let's say her bicep and tricep. Immediately after that, we're going to put a circle for her elbows. Then for her forearms, you're just going to come into her waist because what she's going to be doing is a classic standard Superman or Supergirl pose where they are commanding the situation. They usually stand with their hands on their waist. And for her hands, you're going to do a triangular shape that stops at her waist, just like this. Very simple. Nothing difficult at all. 2 fan out lines that go away from one another. Okay, now we have everything roughed out. And we're going to go ahead and move on and zoom in her face for some detail. I normally start off, let's divide and put where the eyes are going to go. And I'm going to go ahead and put her temple lines in. Temple line is where the hairline starts. Immediately after that, we're going to go ahead on and put, I usually like to start with the jawline and bring it around to a point and then come back up on the other side. Immediately after that, we can begin with her eyes. I like to start with the eyebrows because it gets the emotion of the character right away. So she's calm and has a pleasant look on her face, a smile. So we're going to do her eyebrows in a plain manner, but not a frown, not angry, not surprised. Now for her eyes, we're going to go ahead and put a football shape in, and then in the end, because she's a female, have eyelashes, they're going to kind of point out at the end. That's the standard way that I do female eyes. Come in to the center and do the same thing for her right side. Afterwards, you're going to come underneath and you're going to close it off and do the same thing for the left side. And of course, at this point, we want to put the center of our eye in. So just go ahead and put a half circle in, and it cuts off the eyelid, cuts off the top portion. Now, once we have that established, we can go ahead and do her nose. So we're going to move down a little bit and put the line in for her nose here. Usually with female noses, I usually try and make them small as possible because, you know, feminine features are usually smaller. Only in rare cases where you see them large if they have some type of deformed issue going on or some type of creature, then you can change that. Now for her mouth, just put a simple line right underneath her nose. And I always like to do my M shape, which is the letter M, come back up just like this. Put a line underneath that and then we're going to close it with the bottom of the bottom lip here. Now she's smiling, so you want to put dimples on either side of the corners of her mouth. That's an added feature. Her chin is a little pointed there, so let me just go ahead and get rid of that point. We don't want it too pointy. Now, for her hair, I'm going to come up right here. And the left side of her hair is going to come down over her left eye, and it's going to swing over just like this. So it's going to kind of swoop in almost like a sliding board shape. And I usually like to, in every video, kind of connect the dots, if you will, know what shapes go with what, and when you're drawing, what they look like. So you're going to repeat that shape, and it's going to be like a larger sliding board that comes out and around, and it meets the one that cuts out here. Now once you've done that, we're going to wrap that around, and then we're going to come out around the shoulder like this. We're going to come to her right side, and her right side is going to kind of come over but not cover her eye and go around her ear. So we could put the bottoms of her ear in here just like this, lightly sketch that in, and it's going to end right roughly where we have her nose. The line for her nose is going to stop there. Now this line is going to come out up and around, and it's going to come over just like this. It's a part here that I put here, and you're going to come down and meet this. It's going to go behind this line that goes in like this. So this line wraps from behind here, then this line comes around and goes behind her shoulder. Now underneath that, near her ear, is going to be other hair that kind of comes in around like that. Same on her right, or sorry, her left side. Now we're going to move on down to what she's wearing and her body. Okay, so now what we're going to do is going to come in around like this and close this in like this, like come over with a line that curves a little bit, goes back up, and then we're going to close her shoulders off like this. Now she's wearing a cape like her cousin counterpart, Superman, and so with the cape we just put, like, you know, 2 lines here, and do the same thing for her left side. She's wearing a cape, and you want to put that there. Now we're going to move down to her chest area. So for her chest area, just come around very, very subtle like this. You just sketch curves in. You don't have to completely put you know, detail in, because we're going to need room for the crest of the Superman, or the shape of the Superman S that goes on their chest. So we'll come back to that last, because there's a minor detail in that. And right to the center, just like that. Now we're going to move to her arms. For her arms, we're going to come around this shape here that I have already sketched out. Come down. Her arms are going to be straight. We're not going to be drawing, we're not drawing Wonder Woman or anything like that. So to have her arms come straight down like this. Then this forearm's going to come in like so. And it's going to come around like this. And then we're going to close it off. And she has kind of like the sleeve that goes around her thumb. So we're going to have the thumb come in like this, and it's going to go into her waist just like this. And then come to her left arm. Now this line that I did here, I'm going to repeat here. This is like her armpit, or the muscle that comes in between the shoulder and then the pectoral muscle. So we're going to come around with her shoulder just like this and go straight down, and then wrap this around, come straight. Again, not too muscular. You can go dark a little bit to refine what you're trying to do with the forearm. Again, we're going to bring a thumb, detail of the thumb out, so have that come up and around, and then her knuckles going to come in just like this, 2, 3, and then 4, and then close that off. Now, for her waist, she's wearing a belt that's a V shape. So the V shape is going to go in and then up, just like this. Very simple. Then it's going to repeat itself down here, in and then up. So it has another line that repeats itself. So you're going to come down like this, and then do the same thing in her like that. Come in on the other side, and then come up here, and then close these. Now, her skirt goes off the page, but her skirt has kind of pleats in them. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. They come down like this, and it's almost like cheerleader skirt. That's what I want to say. These dividers here are like cheerleader cuts in the way the skirts are designed. And keep that and go straight off the page. Now let's come up here, just add a little bit of subtle things that I didn't add earlier. Let's say locks that kind of come around like that. And for the back side, it's going to wrap around like this. I'm going to bring a line down for her neck. And finally, we're going to work on the crest. The crest is pretty simple. So you want to just do it with a pentagon. So you have a line that goes on slant here, and this is, if you follow me, it's going to be just the way it should come out. It should come out perfectly. And you're going to have a slant there. See that? Then you're going to bring this part down just past the bottom portion of her chest. Come back up, close that, come straight across. That is the pentagon. It has 5 sides. That's how you know you're drawing it correctly. Now, for the S that's within it, it has different shapes. So you want to come up and follow exactly what I'm doing. Put a line here, and you want to bring it over like this. For those of you who have trouble, you can just simply draw an S inside of it. There won't be no points taken away or anything like that. It's completely fine. It takes a while to draw the Kryptonian symbol a certain way. So here's this arc, comes in around, across, and it kind of goes up like this. And you will kind of see the S shape that I have going on here. And you bring this in around like this. This corner portion comes up and around, and you close this. There's a little piece that comes up like this, and that closes that portion off. Now, underneath this is the bottom portion of the S that comes around, and it swoops back, and it comes into itself, over, and then it's going to come up and meet almost like this, but this border is going to come in just like that. And the bottom portion is just a simple upside down triangular shape. 3 sides to it, 1, 2, and then 3, and that completes the Superman or Supergirl crest. And this line, as you see, I'm drawing through her arm, and then her cape's going to go right off the edge of the page. Same thing with this line here. You can come from this line, and you can take this line and come down behind, and it's also going to go behind her so you don't see the rest of that line. And then put a couple lines in here for the cape. Same thing with her left side. You want to come down behind here, and the rest of the cape is going to go right off the page. And then you want to take this center line and match that and come underneath this, go behind her arm, and then you can have another line go behind here like this. Okay? Now, if you've just drawn along with me up to this point, you've just drawn Supergirl from the WB series. What I'm going to do at this point is add minor detail, and then I'm going to speed the drawing up and clean all the unwanted lines, and at the end of the video, you can take a look at it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe by pressing this round button at the bottom. Also, click on one of the 2 top videos at the top. Please like this video, tell a friend, and share it on Facebook. Thank you. Perry Pencil.